I see your phone button.
Moritz, thank you for the prime, bro. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Welcome into the Slug Club. Okay, Vitality defense, Heretics on attack. And Moritz again, I appreciate using your prime on me. Thank you for that.
We know the history of Heretics is strong here, and the reality is, for Vitality, the second time will be that little bit tougher.
Nice. It's a nice hit. I like the fact that the Cypher was over towards A to avoid the AO knife.
To see that again. Safe though, he normally puts a clinic in on this map. His Neon is incredibly exciting to watch, and he's already looking to try and get in to the action. Not the greatest of starts, and whoa, the man who was quieter last time.
That's so much damage.
Putting it into a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, Boo holding onto his smoke. They don't have as much util as they normally have for this one, so let's see what the spams are like. Hold up. The spams did not come in.
One thing we know about Heretics is how strong those post-plant plays can be.
Yeah, and so normally what they actually do is like they would have the KO in there to stop the original tap of the spike.
Mistake on where they plan to plant, as the cam.
I think
couldn't see.
I don't know. Maybe the cam was wrong. It was like my main thought process here. There's no pings as well.
Not expecting someone to just stick that defuse, but yeah,
those pings came in crazy late. What's going on here?
The default spot, so I think that might just be miscommunication on Heretics' part.
I wonder if there was some kind of util at the same point as someone not hearing it, and the comms were just a little bit crazy.
A slightly bolstered buy, but the buy on the other side is far superior.
Yeah, it was a little bit off for Heretics, no doubt about it.
To open a new avenue, fighting towards market, usually less heavily defended, and well, they've certainly found their way in towards the site. The pressure runner, but he's got some support. It might not need it. Shredding the first few fights, that's too quick.
Yeah, recon was pretty legit here as well.
Support on the third. Woot, last man standing. Classic in hand, and he had
very nice. Yeah, we get a relatively clean round.
It was safe through the box.
I feel like Runner did exceptionally well here.
Well, we couldn't say that on the last map. He got, and I will say, very unlucky in a lot of his early engagements. Now, I want to see him activated from round 1, and I have.
This is where the rifles will come back in, though. I do think that maybe with the extra upgrades, Heretics would have wanted to do a little bit more damage than they did. It's not really going to hurt Vitality too much. As said before, I think when it comes to the Stingers, this team is right at the top of my list of teams.
Hey, it's a decent bonus. No doubt about it.
Especially in the hands
of Trax. A lot of info.
But now they're going to try and deny B main control.
I like this from Vitality. I mean, I'm just a fan of this smoke no matter what. I was talking to Bacon yesterday how I believe that EMEA teams, again, not all of them, like the average EMEA team doesn't cover up as well as like America's teams, which site they're playing retake on. So a lot of time when you kind of look at, like, if you wanted to make a strat that was finding out where the Cypher was and just saving the Omen flash, I think you could do it very well in EM. Make it quite obvious where they're fighting, and maybe sometimes they don't use enough util where the actual Cypher is. So I would be so down for Heretics to start doing that. Right? They work out where they're fighting, and then they just walk close. They always save the Omen flash, something like that.
See what damage they can get done in round number 3.
Might just be recon into flash.
We'll go towards runner, but most importantly, Trax. He's had a lot of opportunities. And there we go, converted on this. Stinger's actually
okay, so they realize there's people on site, so they have to use Omen flash on this.
That's fine for Vitality, especially with damage done to Rian's.
Safe. Well, it didn't matter about the damage. Lands the headshot anyway. The flash is perfect, and they're safe again.
And that was good. We had no pressure over towards B. We had full info, and they got to rotate in, and we had lots of people here early.
Everything firing for Vitality. 3-0 start. Economy in their favor. Full buy for Heretics. Doesn't get off to a flying start. The pistol could have been theirs. Again, the cam was placed late, the pistol, right? So I won't even harp on that too much, but the fact that spams going down aren't fired towards the diffuser, they miss so many. And as a result of that, they found themselves 3-0 down.
What do America's teams do? It's not like they do anything crazy. Like sometimes they'll just be fighting it a little bit earlier. Like here, I mean, like at the moment you can tell, right? It's just smokes wherever the smoke is, and that's where they are, right? So it's like no smoke here, they're on A, smoke here, they're on B. Like teams in Americas, in general, not all of them again, and this is mostly because of like Sentinels who steal us all the time by saving the flash, Omen flash, like they were like the best of the after plant.
Already.
When
you win a bonus,
they just cover it up well by like fighting at the beginning or like going aggro. Like my main thing when I watch EMEA teams on this map. How has he ever won that duel?
Pot flash from Kicks is going to
he was sliding into him.
Facing off against 2 players alone. They had the effectiveness of that initial trade, but he then tries to be the hero and may end up being the villain.
Miniboo did well as well. He got paranoid in the very first fight, and he did not slow down.
It's not too bad at the moment. Got question mark. And they know there's guns over here, so they know they're probably going to be going heavy here. This is a great smoke as well. Just this one smoke here to create pressure like they're doing and walking over towards here. This has been very nice from Safe as well. There's a lot of good stuff going on at the moment.
Maybe even getting one man inside of mid. Never mind. It was Rian's. He was trying to make use of his low HP by being a late round.
And this was good though. This was the fact that Safe got this info meant that we didn't have to watch here, meant that we could get the kill at middle, and that we could win this round by the looks of it.
Okay, up close, the pistol could have been scary, but this round has quickly turned into a non-threat for the side of Vitality, but their economy is
it didn't matter, got the kills at the end here. Shout out to Safe. Safe had a good understanding here. That early info allows the kill at middle from the rotate, and then they can back up B a bit heavier.
The second round they've won with 0 players alive, so they're doing well, at least getting the rounds over the line, but Heretics
player cams, yeah, they'll fix them.
The fact is, though, as said, when you win a bonus, your economy is going to be in a decent spot no matter what. Again, though, I'm impressed by Runner. It's one of those players who...
Beck_FPS for the 15 months. Thank you.
Especially on the Cypher, I think he's been a little bit
of course, thank you for the kind words as well, dude.
On that Killjoy.
I appreciate the tier 1, thanks for the 15 months.
Especially his B-side defense has been fantastic, and that's what you're always going to highlight when looking at this map. Do you have a solid Cypher player? Do you have a solid Sentinel that can lock down that B-side? Because that's going to be your role for the majority of rounds, and I feel like some teams in the past have almost pressured him as a weaker part of it, because you don't want to go into running into the likes of Safe, or if he's going pushing around the map. I think we've seen some great performances from Kicks and Trax on this map as well, but now that they've got Runner as sort of a linchpin, it's starting to become a little bit more difficult for Heretics. They're going to take an early pause. As we said, this is a map that, up until their game versus Vitality, they were on a 10-win streak. And after Vitality,
right, they're in that spot where if they get a plant, they can buy next if they lose. And it's a big buy, so you'll probably see KO in some kind of plan with the KO. And Vitality, let's look at their setup. Anti-KO looks like they want to fight over towards middle.
Some of that utility, maybe giving
they do this a lot. I wonder if they use the same anti-KO and they send like a KO to middle to hit over towards B.
Sure, the traps are on B, but the trapper is not. Runners on the A site.
I think this is the same anti-KO they used before.
They're still going to be running into a lot
maybe
of
not.
Deals, and that's where Sender, and I believe it's Trax. Yeah, it is indeed Trax in market can try to light them up as they cross. Orb taken to start this one off. Rian's now just 1 from a Hunter's Fury.
They turn the cams off, yeah. Trying to fix them.
I think this is going to be
I think they have to manually like assign this camera to this camera.
Traps, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Although, well, there's the main trap dealt with already.
And not 10s today.
That position, I think remembered by most for where 10s plays, but he hasn't had the same level of success. Losing your smoker is rough, but also losing the paranoia is not going to be
this one again.
Pot flash will already take back a decent amount of space. Miniboo hasn't been pressured. He's stunned up, but I think they're worried about the support. The pot flash is
great trade
again, but the trade immediate. Again, putting this advantage.
When do they get their smoke? Okay, just got smoke back. They should be smoking themselves off again. Yeah, I was interested to see if they lost a bit of confidence, but this is what they normally do, right? This smoke here, KO or KO nade. Sorry for the fast tap. It does a lot better. We got the pings coming in instantly as well this time.
Everything is being thrown at the side of Vitality, and it looks like Safe's already out of there. Just wanting to try and hold on to the gun. Runner will at least drop one more player, make it that little bit
much
more
better.
costly.
If I'm looking at Vitality here, I'd be pretty happy though. double armor rebuy 3 people.
Loses his own life for it.
After rebuy, it's like a good reset.
This is a very costly round, and well, like we said, might be a 4-0 start, but Heretics doing the damage in the previous. Now they'll see that reward. And the neural theft, gotta give it to them. It had some impact here, helping you on those post-plant, revealing the players from behind the smoke, and making those spams a bit more targeted. It's been a fantastic start for Runner, 7-3. Definitely someone you want to be cautious of. And now he doesn't need to worry about Woot, at least not Woot's ult anymore. I mean,
they change up from Heretics.
Yeah, indeed, there'll be nothing for Runner to be cautious of because the early round is towards a great flash fired out by Woot.
Ate that flash though.
I think you could find 50 different occasions where they've got that exact same kill.
Oh.
That same setup, maybe not that
nice.
one. Trex with a little bit of
yeah, could get out of there. Has oh, what are these kills?
Back at him. It's going to be safe going down. It's just trade after trade. A double tag up is going to leave a couple of them low. A counter Hunter's Fury.
Wait, he held on to that for ages. That was sick.
Snake in the grass. The rest of the team are slowly making their way around. It doesn't look like there's any cover. In fact, there isn't any cover. Nobody holding the man planting. That puts things back into a 2v2 scenario. Both players revealed as well.
Yeah, they used their
they both shot
towards the spawn, so
no.
couldn't provide that cover now. Isolated and revealed as well. Low HP on Boo, an easy first fight perhaps. It's already being diffused halfway there now with the big swing coming in. Rienz manages to pull this into a standoff. Good shot onto Trex. Just 21 HP, but he's low himself. Has to be cautious. The defuse being stuck or baited in.
Whoa.
He waits for the first jump, gets his rifle up, knowing Rienz had to swing him.
What a round to do it, man. Just reset the recon, 1-9.
It's been so reliable.
Didn't see how deep they bought. I think everyone's sitting at like 2,900, so I guess they're eco.
I feel like obviously this roster we're going to talk about
might have a bit more than I thought.
Has been the story, but I think it's been the duo of those two, Safe and Trax, that have really been the difference makers. Such a huge round for them to take. 5-1 up now into the lead, and there's been a few opportunities. There've been plenty of opportunities, in fact, for Heretics. Like, it wouldn't be that crazy to see a flipped scoreline with 2 rounds on with 0 players alive, a round 1 with a player on 21 HP. It really could be going either way.
Yeah, that's such a giant amount of impact from him.
No, not right now.
You got to be careful. Getting E-code would just ruin everything, but it's going good.
That's what you want to see. Good response by Vitality, but not in this round. Sender again to be
yeah, getting E-code would ruin everything. You got no money.
On a dime to grab that.
Yeah, would be pretty brutal to get E-code right here.
But it doesn't really matter to them who's finding the frags once they're landing them. Huge advantage.
Definitely needing a 1v5 if you have Vitality for this. Okay, bit of a nightmare. Right, we're starting to look at insta reset. We got 4 people that can't buy if this guy obviously is going to save.
Yeah, why not?
And then you got to look over towards here, and everyone's just getting upgrades as well.
And also the one that absolutely obliterates Vitality's economy as well. Just look at what they've got left.
Sender, he's getting annihilated there. Yeah, needs
I thought for a second Boo's
he's got to change it up.
I feel like there would have been a piece
like you play anti-flash at the beginning.
Vitality, which
or like insta knife or something.
You've got to go quite a distance to find
get someone there with him that plays anti.
Now though,
or insta omen flash once he gets flashed.
For Team Heretics, this is going to send their economy through the roof. They had barely anything into this round. A Guardian alongside some pistols. They've come out with 4 rifles.
Gifted them. Look at this. Beautiful start. 90-degree spin and the wall bang tracing him. That weapon's not fully automatic, although you might think it, looking at this guy using it. 5-2. And like you said, with the early damage, with the way these rounds have been going, it doesn't leave Vitality in the same position you'll see from most teams.
Oh man, what a nightmare. When these rounds happen, it is the worst.
Not least because they've traded out.
I like the timeout. Make sure it doesn't
goes to Heretics, 6 to Vitality.
Make sure it doesn't lead into something worse, I guess, even though it is a nightmare.
Spot in this defense. You know the one thing I want to see, Tom? I would have liked Boo to get that kill, because there's a few things, right? We wanted to see Safe early on, and he's had his impact. We wanted to see Woot activated on Heretics, as he wasn't really there in the last series, and we've definitely seen that. The other thing I had on my checklist is I want to see Gorilla mad. I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's possible. He's too cool-headed, but just once, one little desk slam, you know? He's got to be watching Alex. He knows what's up.
I actually wanted him to show his signature backflip on stream, because he always does them whenever we see him. Yeah, like whenever we meet up with him.
Oh, true.
Gorilla does
yeah, of course.
Signature backflip.
Yes.
I don't know. He hasn't decided to throw one out.
Look, if they win, we'll try request him for the interview on the stage. Or even while the interview's going on, he can just come up behind, pop it, lock it, polka dot it. I mean, I'd love to see it. I don't know if we'll get
all right,
today,
two hero guns on this. Obviously, they save one, they buy one into it. They got Neon ult as well. Like, they could do it back. Just look at this, though. Look at the money now after that. It's ridiculous.
But nonetheless, 5-2.
There another game today? You got Americas. You got 2 more Americas games.
And immediately
we are sending it.
It's an ult that a lot of the time won't have the most impact.
It's a reaction over towards A, but like they could just wait for this and take map control back. Normally when you have some kind of push, you don't want to insta-react because that's what they want. Go take map control. Oh, massively like it from Heretics.
The trades are coming thick and fast, keeping things a little bit more even than you might have expected. The POV showing a lot more damage being done by the side of Vitality, but it is, well, not even, but still close.
Kicks having the Sheriff is not ideal. Ult on Boo, but... And even at this point,
24-hour stream. I mean, tomorrow has potential. Pacific, best of 5. EMEA, best of 5. America's best of 5. Won't be 24 hours, but has like a 15, 16, 17-hour chance.
Grabbing an extra angle, hoping to catch them off guard. 35 seconds though. The pressure's not on Vitality to make a move.
Best of 5, yeah. Ooh, the best of 5s.
Is wait for Heretics, and the angles that they've got covered is pretty much everything that they have to worry about. Let's see how Heretics manage this. With a smoke online now, it'll be thrown out. Oh, and it's actually used towards the spawn. I'm assuming Boo's going to ult for spike then. Yeah, well, maybe not now.
They might not need to. Kicks will retrieve a gun.
Sunday? Yeah, we've got no EMEA on Sunday, so
and now
it's easy.
He has the cover. They're going to play this one together. Already spawning out Kicks. Has a flash, could try and use it, but
he knows we're both now. Oh, that's madness.
The hope fading for this round needs to be a God flash, and well, it's a God smoke instead. He needs a miracle with spams going through, and the problem now is that corner is clear. The exact angle that he'd seen them on just moments ago.
But I think G2's chances are.
Nobody on it.
But Champs, pretty good. Good map pull. Peeking at the right time. Icy's looking great. Everyone's looking good. Leaf normally performs, but at least if we look at the last Champs he was in, Leaf's a monster in Champs.
You know what I love, Tom? If you take that headset off and start talking, I can't hear you, with especially mid-round. But somehow, every time they win a round, I can hear Benji from up here. Headphones on. My mix is on full blast also, but I can hear him time and time
3 years ago, yeah, like same player though.
That energy.
Same player.
Heretics a little bit further. 5-3. Vibes starting to pick up on that attacking side. Rounds.
Thief traumatized us, dude. He dropped 15 kills in 4 rounds, back to back. One map after the other. It's crazy.
Time we'll see Phoenix today.
No one does that.
Maybe the last we'll see Phoenix in-game, because I don't think there's going to be one. You never know. Maybe there's a chance. But I like seeing those stingers.
Will Mini go to Champs? He's going Champs.
Somehow Vitality
finally getting him to leave his house.
Done this. Okay. I was about to say, that's a ridiculous amount of space to be able to gain. And well, it's only going to be the trades for the B players. A single kill for Runner.
Sick, bro.
Ironically trying to run it down, but he's not going to be close enough to do much damage.
You have a little pathway above it to actually slide in.
I was about to say,
it's cool round.
Can play the post plant, you know, B main post plant, pop a smoke, just spray through. Boo just decides to win the round on his own, and you know what?
What happened?
Sender's left alive in a 1 versus 3. Plenty of utility still for the squad of Heretics. They've got everything on Woot and Rian's.
Happened here money-wise.
And well, I don't know what Sender has to give him the advantage, even if he smokes off main. Fantastic. That's probably what Heretics would have done if they still had Boo.
Did they really buy too much into the round before with the extra hero gun? So they decided to go again, or like a low buy?
Gorgeous stuff from Heretics. Now just 1 away from equalizing on Sunset. And, well, there's a reason this is their map.
It's nice to see. Mama Boo, and I believe Boo the Builder is the name that's on the back, which I also.
It kind of let him down.
Legendary.
They messed up their econ. Oh man.
Easy to be proud with the work they're currently doing. The climb back for Heretics from what was a bleak.
Yeah, this is a fumble right here.
Bonus round.
E-code into low buy into low buy.
To mentally reset from. Doesn't seem
finally
to be
get the full buyout
here, as they are now on a streak of their own. Looking to see if Vitality can break that now.
The nice knife over towards A. Get full info.
Maybe useful in the late
Maybe this
round.
one's looking a little bit better. Silver recon still. Once they come out. 3.
Spams. No damage, actually. I thought
Yeah, the recon was sick.
Trades to start with. There goes
I don't know if he needed to
catch on
send
the
it
trap.
through the
Gorgeous
smoke,
stuff
though,
from
with the
Save. They've got
recon.
backside control and
Maybe
the
for the
advantage to
angle,
work
but...
around. Looks like Mini Boo wants to get aggressive, though. He's already up close, caught by that stun. Boo somehow able to get one. Even still, it leaves Rians all alone. 1v3, flank underway.
This was good though, yeah, and Heretics are probably going to default way more. We had a shock that missed the trip, we had a knife over towards A that got them full info, and we had a pretty good recon as well.
As he tried to enter into the site, because they've been placing them in similar positions, and then because of that, they really struggled when Runner moved his setup completely.
Mini, I'll give him a message, I'll see what he's done.
Easy kill for Safe as he looked to get back into the site. And then just waiting for that aggression, because you can't plant in your normal default spot if there's still 2 players at the back of the site. Big round for Vitality, a combo breaker after the 3 streak. Even still though, the ults fairly even on either side.
Like the Vitality are changing their knives up, they do a deeper one this time. So, pretty sure Benji thought he wasn't going to get hit by this one.
We haven't really seen too much of so far from Heretics.
This is strong though. Camera early.
A bit more pointed.
Disrespect this later. They could get close camera check. Age as well if they want to send it.
The Vitality aren't fighting for that control though. It's a very passive hold around there.
Okay, drone to create question mark over towards here, and they have util to get through this. They're gonna be camera into stun, cage up, and then send it. Camera checks. This guy hits the camera though. Cage up.
Cage blocks him out. Even still, lights Mini Boo down to 30.
I feel like Sender handled this very well.
This is where you expect
that is an insane knife hits for.
Hit that many players with the knife, Sender decides better to try and play this one as a unit. They've been quite good at getting this opening kill around elbow. Sender's been having a bit of a rougher time, but with him falling out, playing passive, having the paranoia, they've now got to get a move on. 30 seconds before the time is up, and already multiple players are waiting for them here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite telegraphed, but they waited so long that we've actually seen Safe rotate back, so a bit more pressure on kicks. Emerging from the smoke was Sender, but he ran out of ammo, and the Hunter's Fury might have delayed them, but they've got plenty of time
there's some
left
big jewels that went the other way there.
Cam and from Cypher on short. There's no
a lot of low
denying
HPs though. 19, 30. Benji.
It's enough to draw their eye, and Benji will look to swing just as the ult comes through, but Runner manages another and a third. It's his round, and it has been his game. Started off well.
I respect this. They did good. 2v3, they did very good.
No, Runners looked incredible. Map 1, we were hyping up Rians, but this guy's currently 15 and 6, be it holding down.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna try and just swing together, but I think Benji's thought process there is, you know, when the Cypher ult goes in, you're pretty much expecting anyone behind this box to just early swing, right? They have like a second before it pops off, and so he thought they were gonna be holding him, and honestly, they were double holding him.
Runner, you are so magical, my little unicorn, bro.
7 and 4.
You are so
half lead confirmed.
15 to 6.
Fairly decent numbers up on the attack, although last time out versus Fnatic, Vitality definitely struggled a little bit. Safe though has got walkabouts.
And this is
mid-fight, but Heretics are looking.
This is a paper X.
Not looking the right way when they cross the street. Wood at least able to trade it out, but he's low and not going to be caught on the way back. Ult used. Boo is straight into their spawn, but they know it.
Boo does this,
it seems like
and he does stick it a couple of times. So
are hunting him down. Now they know. At this point, they've seen the smoke, the drone, hearing steps just moments before. They've got him boxed in. Boo has to fight his way out. And he
very nice, man. Runner is the raid boss. Double trip to play off if he changes his trip up every single round also.
Fired out, catching kicks, both pulses landing the third as well.
This guy consistently does that.
Well,
it's
he might
mental.
just have leveled the playing field. If anything, tipped the scales in their favor. Runner's on 6 HP.
He's been having a great day
yeah, he's just insane. Like he actually always knows. He always gets one, yeah, but it's wild how many times he has like his third one and he gambles right on where someone is.
It's Sender on the other side and he wins that fight. A big fight to win. In fact, he gets both. And now it's left all on to Rians. The shock dart would finish off Runner if it connects, but it doesn't. And now they're going to try and pressure him. First kill goes his way. Needs to get all of them.
Nicely handled, man. I like how Vitality handled this. It's actually a scary situation in the 1v3.
The IGL, and well,
8 on defense.
Very solid for Vitality. It looks again where we might be seeing both teams
a lot of rounds.
Choice.
And that's the competitive start you want to the early stages of this best of 5. We can definitely go the distance between these two teams, and
could have got more rounds. Yeah, if they didn't get annihilated so early on over towards
on the defensive side, now moving to their attack. Vitality, they certainly seem to have themselves set up for success. Don't imagine Heretics are going to be too quiet for too long. Still, factors like Woot activated, and here on the defense, look,
Heretics still picking Sunset. I mean, they've lost 1 game out of 11, right? It's not.
That's the thing. I would say one of the
still a strong map for them.
That this map has been so good for them.
Is that right? I think that's around right.
Long amount of time is because he is the Sentinel to play up against on this map. So good at repositioning, so good at holding down that B site. And meaning they can be a lot more dynamic across the map. Even still though, looks like Vitality have the plan to pressure him, as they're already going to be breaking the cam in mid. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to push, but it removes the information.
Oh,
well, I think
he at least hears that. It just beats all the util. I feel like you just gotta have the gun out. You actually just gotta have your gun out against Neil, and you just can't time it. Util. So fast. It's a really cool pistol though. Flash over the top. I didn't see exactly where the knife went, but
it will be karma manifest.
A good enough distraction to get you through B and just pinch over towards site.
He does smoke it off. In fact, that might get the. Oh, it's an interesting smoke, a little deeper than I expected to isolate a fight. Very smart, but well, the success is not found. Too many guns awaited him. 9-4 for Vitality. Off to a good start in this half.
This is the thing with Safe. You can put him on that attack side, and his whole role is to just be as disruptive as possible. In the first round, pushing towards the spawn and just taking so much map control. And for the rest of the team, things just become a whole lot easier. It's going to be a second pistol now, one for Vitality, on this map of Sunset. Almost just speed running their way towards the finish line, unless there's going to be a spanner in the works.
Am I looking for an EMEA ascension? I mean, whoever wins.
Could and should be on the
whoever wins the Turkish league, probably. There's some good teams.
The investments of Heretics
the Turkish, like Fireflux and is it Wolf or whatever they're called? I don't know what the actual org's called. Those two teams are pretty scary.
Unlikely. Outside B or A rather could.
How? That's the one. How? I knew it was a wolf or something, man. I was trying to remember what they're called.
Vitality have no way to know that. Luckily, the drone is the one to lead contact. Spot Boo. See him
Apex.
Away.
Apex
no
have a good chance. No Apex is strong.
It's a bit of information that there's only one, but still they'll walk into B. Traps await them much deeper. Many players around 4. In fact, they might only have pistols, but they've got the
KPI. I haven't even been watching KPI.
An element of surprise. Safe knows there's a trap there. At least he won't be caught by it.
Oh,
it could be good.
Whoop starts things off, but again, the weaponry comes up. Miniboo's managed to find another and while Safe. We've seen him on the slide. It always seems to be downhill for the opponents rather than him. And for Boo, another seemingly impossible scenario to try and come back from. I think he's wary that maybe Runner is still lurking around somewhere, wanting to make sure he's not going to be caught out before he eventually either looks for an exit or just looks to try and go down to the spike. The problem is to do that.
Yes, he just fighting the bot in YouTube. What's going on here?
Instead,
are you winning at least?
The idea is to just try and bait them into rotating back through main. The hope is that he can catch an exit, but that's not going to happen.
Gotta go.
Well, perhaps an opportunity to drop 1 or 2. One shot to the body. Oh, well, that's the headshot.
Dude was spinning around with it.
Nothing else.
Dude, imagine he hit it. Imagine there was a shot.
Some damage done for Heretics, but a long road back into this game now with the pistol and early rounds going to Vitality. They are in the home stretch and, well, next to no room for error on the defense.
Yeah, it seems like they might even invest a little bit more than expected. It looks like Sender, at the moment at least, is going to be buying up a rifle, or potentially meaning has a bit less for the next round, but I think they're just going off the confidence. It's been 5 rounds in a row.
Flo, thank you so much.
For the side of Vitality.
You hit 100 subs on your YouTube. Congrats, man.
Of a response
The videos I've been cursing a lot. You got some content for sure. Out of control recently. Thank you so much, Flo. Appreciate the 6 months as well.
Now kick off their defensive buy round with a victory.
That's not 100. 1,000. Sorry, 1,000. I missed an O. That's my bad. I mean, that's 10 times better. Double. 10 times congrats.
Through the market, through main, already
Maps, yeah. I just give up when I see O's.
Less frequently used, although we see it a lot from
Too many.
Vitality not yet stepping anywhere near that drone going to backside. Already know that Omen is here.
Oh yeah, zeros.
Sova.
Go for O's.
Revealed himself with the recon moments ago, but they still want to push forward, and the success is there. 2 kills already. Back play by Sender lands them a lot, and well, a shrouded step that keeps them alive somehow. Woot, the last man standing, 1 versus 5, and well, Tom, it seems that thing I always say.
They smashed them on this map, by the way.
Time is looking easier for Vitality.
Yeah, this B hit is the one.
On the first map, you come in, the other team have picked it. You think, okay, they've learned.
Is it gonna get the 100 Thieves bind treatment, and they just start losing to everyone? Be a bad time for that to happen.
The team that didn't pick it, that were confident in it still and happy to let it through, are now having a much easier time. Like the takes have been perfect. They've been clearing a lot of the trips that would cause them issues. But then even just the way that they're fighting together, like it seems like Heretics are a lot more disjointed and isolated.
I mean, this happens though when everyone steals your stuff. Everyone knows how you play.
By the side of Vitality, and wow, they're even going to close it with an Andaluthia flawless.
It'd be cool though. This would secure
well, a
Avon.
third map with a 1-1 looking incredibly likely at this stage.
Until Vitality put a lot of time into it, and not just this round in particular, but just thinking over the series and how they're using this.
Look at this util. That double damage util to back his side's pretty cool.
It's very obvious. Like if Safe's running through mid, putting his wall up, running himself down behind B in the first 15 seconds of the round, yeah, you can point to that and go, disruptive play. Yeah, easy. But it's even in the site takes, it's in the post plants, it's in the going for the plant in the first place. The walls are often used just to block off that extra little bit of an angle that makes it almost impossible for these players to fight. So I think it's why we saw in the first map so many of those shots through the smoke for Heretics. You got to get used to playing like that up against this guy. And yeah, he's 10, 11,
yeah, man, it's too easy for them right now.
For Safe, that's actually a very bad performance. Considering what
it's gonna be weird. Heretics could have just stopped playing different, maybe.
It doesn't matter, and I think this comes back to, you know, back in the beta.
Get that camera away from Market.
We'd be talking about, you know, people would see
Right middle or something.
The attack side or on the defense side, sorry, and go, wow, like 20 kills, that's crazy.
And it's weird because it's literally the same as like what happened with Heretics on Bind, right? Everyone copies your stuff, so they know exactly how you play. They like study it, and then they just add new stuff in, and you've been winning the whole time, so you don't add stuff in. You've been focusing on other maps.
This map, the round where Safe ran through their spawn behind B, this is exactly what it did. It just causes disarray in your opponent's lines, and then your teammates can capitalize on it. And I like seeing that from Safe, that he's not coming in going, nah, dude, I'm Jet, I'm op, I'm taking everyone down. Here he's, and in the last map, he's willing to use himself and put himself on the line for his team more. Fan of it.
Unfortunately for Heretics, it seems like if they are going to turn this back, it's going to have to be 8 rounds in a row, because they're coming into this one with pistols. I'm sure Benji sort of joking about the fact that up until, well, literal days ago, he hadn't had an ace, which seems very surprising, but did it with the Sheriff. So maybe there is at least a semblance of hope that they can steal this round away, but for Vitality, this is a chance to have an unbelievable amount of map points and also set themselves up as
I mean, this is going to be a hard one as well, man.
On this map in the region, one of the few teams that seems to have Heretics number. For now, though, they've taken a little bit of damage on the way in, but again, just the supportive utility is sublime. There's no easy fight to take at this stage for Heretics.
The only thing
they got very strong spots on site here. The fact that he's gone up on the top here, I don't know if anyone heard the TP, but oh, that's a great Omen flash. No way.
A chance here, but Runner saves the day. Sender wasn't even spotted in the top corner.
It's pretty cool.
In a lot of rounds, that paranoia
and they're pinging now. That's like, oh, is on top here.
But well, when you've got Runner to cover you, yeah, I guess it's all going to be okay.
Surprised they didn't, like, neither of them checked.
What a statement of a result this will be for Vitality. They have quite clearly done their homework again.
Yeah, 20-8 for Runner as well. This has been easily one of the best performances we've seen from him since he switched over to the Sentinel.
I think it's his best performance since he's been on Sentinel.
In so many different rounds, even when things are made awkward. Either way, what could be the final buy for Heretics in this map? Could be Safe leading the charge. Already though, Paranoia is going to...
No way, man, really? Okay, it's fine. It's just not meant to happen.
I mean, there was nothing
just give us Lotus. It's okay.
Or 15th shot.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's easier to get wrecked on a map.
Signal, beginning of the end. I like Boo tucked in the corner. They're not oh well, now they are checking it. Okay, Safe. I don't know if he can hear me, but
yeah, look at the util though. They're getting so dumped on util.
And this one is locked in surely.
Yeah, even forcing their way over towards sites, they made that look easy. 13-4. Heretics have never been smashed like this.
Rounds on the board. Heretics weren't pulling any